Hello, YouTube world. My name is Anthony Long. Welcome back to the Bluegrass Picker channel. I'm glad you came back. Just not sure why you did. Going to be doing a live with my buddy Jason when he jumps in here. Send the link out here. Let people file in here for a little bit. See if anybody's around today. I don't usually do lives this time of the day, but we'll see. He's checking to see if his internet even works. Not even sure. Do 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 do. That's a hard one. I don't know how he does that. I love that. So bluesy. Oh, Jason, where are you? Yellow.
Yeah, has your best friend ever sent you the link to StreamYard like 2 minutes before you're going to go on, and then your browser doesn't support that, so you got to go install stuff and frantically hurry to get ready?
No, sounds like it's terrible.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Exactly.
Sorry, I couldn't get it. I thought I sent it to you like 15 minutes ago, but you're here. That's all that matters.
Just for the record, we didn't talk about the green shirt thing, so.
Crap. Mine's Nike. I
was trying to wear something kind of retro looking for our conversation.
Makes sense. I didn't have anything. I try to be up to times, but I'm really not.
Yeah, we know.
Hey, Myra. Thanks for joining. There's a bunch of auctions going on right now, so probably won't be too many people in.
Good.
That's all right.
I don't want anybody in here anyway.
I told Harry we're coming on too, and
yeah,
I said we're just gonna go with just me and you for this time, and he's going on Scotty's tonight, and so he'll probably be on there for 3 hours. So he's probably gonna be busy.
Remind me, does it show somewhere in the StreamYard where I can see how many people are in here, or do you have to go to the?
I think I think it shows for me. I don't think it shows for you. I think we've just got a couple in here, and that's fine. There's Tommy. Stefan's been putting out daily vids of him playing the bass of their hits.
What's up, Tommy Bernard?
That's cool. Stefan was so much fun. Him and Carter smiled the entire time at their concerts. I was in the second row one time, and Stefan was just sitting there looking at me. It's so surreal. Hey, Jen. Thanks for joining. We'll be starting here shortly. Just give it a little bit of time because I was kind of late on putting it out. And I tried like 30 times to put in I had this special thumbnail, but I couldn't get it to work. It wouldn't go in. It's pissed me off. I literally put it in like 30 times. It says, unable to support this.
Yeah, thanks for putting me in the thumbnail. I appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to have you in there, but
you probably just don't have any pictures of me. That's probably what it is.
I'm just not very smart.
Yeah, we know that too.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious now.
Yeah.
AKA George. I got called George a few times by one of my good friends. I used to act like him back in the day, pretty much.
Oh, I thought you meant because it was your middle name.
That is true.
Yeah. I mean, some people.
They didn't. I don't think they know about me. So you got your list, and you said you got some backups.
I did. I have my list. I do have my list, and I have 5 honorable mentions. So
your background's cool.
You like it?
Hell yeah! I love St. Joe.
It's not where I live, so
I guess yeah. No stalkers. You need a stalker here and there. It's not real easy to see, but now I can see it. That was weird. You put your hand up and it blocked the
light. I got one window open. It's in front of me that shines a little bit on me, and I got the it's a blind. It's pulled down.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be too bright.
Such a cool. Yeah. Wait till it gets snowy, and that'll be kind of really neat. Really. Honestly.
Yeah. It was storming the other night, and this massive storm came in, and there was like a huge cloud that rolled out, and it was. I don't know if I could put it up there. I doubt I could.
Hey, hit your comments so you can see all the comments coming in. Top right on your screen. I always forget to tell you.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot they were in here.
Oh yeah, there's people going to be watching this.
Yeah. There's other people here.
Oh, I should probably share this to Facebook, although it'll only bring like 2 people in. But yeah. The human fun, yes.
Well, it's the first
she knows.
First one to get it.
Yeah. She gets it. Yeah, it's my best buddy from middle school. Shoot. Was it 6th grade when we first kind of started hanging out? Something like that?
Yeah. I think 5th grade's when you moved to town.
Yeah. We got lockered, partnered together, and ever since. Drawing helicopters with missiles on them.
Yeah.
Bringing baseball cards to class.
We made good use of our time. Actually, we talked about it before, but it's funny because one of the first times we encountered was that time we were both at that baseball card show. You were selling. I think I was buying.
Yep.
Way back.
Some things just don't change. Still selling them. But people still tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, so I am stupid. So
well, you got to put in 10,000 hours, Anthony, before you really
true.
Know what's going on.
But I don't touch my phone for the last 10 minutes. I'm awake, so I figure that helps my next day. That's what they tell me.
Well, the best way to have a good wake-up routine is have a good going-to-bed routine. So
I wear blue blockers from 5 o'clock on. So I can't see the blue light.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a blue light button on my phone. Shit.
Harry Humstone's in the house. He says blue.
Hey, what up, Harry? Harry's going on tonight with Scotty, the Canadians. They're interesting. They got a different side of reselling since theirs is all about shipping because they're shipping. People always complain about our shipping, but our mail system is so much better than any other country's. So much cheaper. It's kind of like gas. Everybody bitches about gas, but go to another country. It's freaking so expensive anywhere else.
Yeah, some of that stuff's so crazy in other countries. It's so, but
Yeah. Like Canada, it's so expensive to send. I mean, we're lucky. First class mail is awesome.
mm-hmm.
I can send if I didn't have first class mail, baseball cards almost wouldn't be worth it. Charging $7 or $8 per shipping thing. But since it's only $3, I mean,
that's what it costs you to send a baseball card. It's about $3.
yeah, like 306 anywhere in like within 2 states. If it goes to California, it's like 313, 319. And if it goes to Hawaii or Alaska, it's like 340 something.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the cheapest, under 4 ounces. But
yeah. Talking about this stuff gets me fired up. I need to get my stuff listed again since I just got moved in and everything.
It's like anything. You get on a roll and it's like when you start listing, all of a sudden you can't really stop and you can't go to bed because once you get in the mode, you don't want to stop because it's hard to get in the mode of listing. But
it's kind of like doing homework. It's like you just keep blowing it off. Like
yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining, Harry. Do I use? No, I don't use that. I've had that stuff sent to me, and I just rather not because when you put it in that, it goes through all those turns and what do you call them? But it goes through their system, and I'm afraid it's going to bend and do stuff because there's a lot of cards under $20 that the reason they're buying them is to invest to make them worth $100 to $200 eventually. So even the cheap cards, I don't like to do that with, and I would just rather protect them. And people, for an extra $2.20, and they're paying for it, so. I don't use it. I've had them sent to me and it came fine, but I just don't shed flips. Lonnie does it like that, but I just prefer not to. That's just my way. I've just done it so long the other way. All right. Well, looks like this is probably all we're going to get for now. Okay. And let's just go ahead and.
So what are we doing? Just going back and forth. One of us will say one, then the other. And
yeah. We'll just start with top 10.
A lot of redundancies with this, though.
Yeah,
but as I was filling this out, I thought ours are probably just going to be about exactly the same, just they're in a different order a little bit.
That's true, but I mean,
because when you and Harry did the drummers the other day, it was like there's so many to choose from, and
yeah, it's true.
So many options, so many different reasons why you would think one person's good versus.
That's true.
But I almost bet that our top number one is the same.
I doubt it is.
All right.
That's what I think. It's going to be fun, but mainly it's for me and you because we like the same stuff, but it'll be fun to see how we really rank them.
Yeah. I actually had trouble putting them in order. I was just like, so many of these, I like so many of them, and it just depends on what mood I'm in. And
yeah.
I did realize though, when I filled this out, I think I have a thing for Bill Murray. So
yeah,
who doesn't?
Bill Murray, yeah, Mike Myers.
I constantly go back to his part in Zombieland, and that's the only thing I put in.
When he gets shot.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. I don't think so, bud.
Throw a little tender. His finger in the gunshot wound.
Yeah, I never thought I was going to be laughing when I first watched Zombieland. That's what I think was so funny about it because I wasn't expecting for it to be funny. And it was hilarious.
I really haven't seen. Well, and the funny thing they did with Zombieland that was so cool is they actually made it like what you might really do. Like if you watch Walking Dead or any of those other shows, they they're just like looking for food and water and fighting. But in Zombieland, they actually went to Bill Murray's house, and they actually went to another actor's house, which is, yeah. I mean, we'd be like really like in the White House or going to like that actors. It's pretty funny.
I thought it's funny how he said he acted. Didn't he say he like acted like a zombie and he'd go golf? And he's like, it's so cheap now, you know?
Yeah. You got to watch the back 18. There's some zombies back, something like that.
Yeah, have you seen the Bill Murray when he comes on, like, I think it's Letterman, and he comes up in like a Bentley and he comes out in this like white fur jacket, and it's so freaking funny. Nasty black hair, like toupee, but it's still hilarious. Hey, what's up, Cameron? Thin carbo. Yeah, that's what everybody else uses. I just, each to their own. I just don't figure saving $2 is going to be. I can figure it in. Number 10 for Jason Gardner.
I'm going first.
Yep.
I got Billy Madison. It's 1995.
Billy Madison. It's a good one. A Doyle Rules. Isn't that a Doyle Rules?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a feeling your whole family's going down. The ultimate story of the bully in every grade.
That Veronica Vaughn is one fine piece of ass.
Well, the kids' lunches. So, I remember when I watched, I don't know if it was, let's see, I don't have Happy Gilmore on here. I don't remember if it was Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore. I remember I watched it with my brother when I was in college, and it just came out, and I was like, dude, we got to rent this movie. It's so funny. I think I was like 18 or 19. And I remember watching it with my dad and my brother and his wife and everybody, and they were just looking at me like, what?
Why is this funny to you?
Yeah. What are you laughing at? This is so bad. This is so annoying.
Yeah, we were a big Sandler fan because of the CD came out, and it was like right in our prime drinking years.
Yeah.
And we were just like, this is awesome because it was so different than anything, And yeah.
What was the first thing he came out with that was so big? Was it like the Lunch Lady thing?
That's what got him on the map on Saturday Night Live because he was fighting to get on Saturday Night Live, and he was always kind of an extra. And then he did that song, and that propelled him into getting some of the good roles. I think that's how it went. Which
is funny now too, because they still play those songs that he had on that every year for holidays. And
yes,
what's the Christmas with the Hanukkah one and all
those? Stop looking at me, Swan.
What's your number 10?
My number 10 is Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah.
Just because the old guy, the dad, oh my God. And the outtakes at the end where he's like, I'll show you, come over to my house, I'll show you my salami.
Yeah, I was going to say that scene that really wasn't even in the movie. It was in the credits was probably the funniest thing about the whole movie.
Yeah.
The scene where the one guy hooks up with the girl, and then the next morning he's like making breakfast, and he's like putting the Tabasco in it. Like, burn, baby, burn.
Yeah, and he goes, "Cause I'm a love man." Yeah.
Got his like old man boxer shorts on. So
it's just funny because the two good friends going at each other for years is just hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just always liked that show. I mean, it was around the teeter of a bunch of other ones, but. The only thing I didn't like it was like serious and sad some parts. You're like,
yeah, that's why I actually looked at that one, but it didn't make my list because it has a lot of like almost like serious drama mixed into it, and I was like, kind of.
Yeah, I understand. Let's see what they're talking about. Yeah, it looks like taking the old log to the beaver. Yeah.
All the cool kids pee their pants. I forgot about that scene. That's awesome.
Yeah, that part's so weird.
Miles Davis.
That's a good one, Harry. All right, your number 9 is
What About Bob? 1991.
Yep. It's awesome.
I really wish if I could have like prepped longer if I knew we were going to do this, and I would have went back and watched so much of these, which I should. Yeah. but I know What About Bob is.
I'm sailing.
He's tied up.
Tied to the mast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. It's hard to beat. What's some other ones? Taking a vacation from life. What?
He's like, I'm taking a vacation from myself, or taking a vacation from my life, or something like that.
For myself, I think. Yeah.
It is funny because his character in that is totally like one of those people that's so wrapped up in like what we joke around about, like the morning routine and the night routine and all that stuff. It's like you don't have to do all that stuff. You just
baby steps to the elevator.
Like get up and eat breakfast. That's not don't eat a donut and like go to work. Like you don't have to meditate for an hour every day, or I don't know, drink a certain water or whatever. Just it's funny. It's like following something exactly as the doctor prescribed it.
One of the best parts too is when he like can't figure out where he's at, Camp Wanamasaki or whatever it is, and he's like he goes into the to the ladies' plate where they're doing all the phone calls with the transfer station, whatever. He acts like he's an FBI agent. He's just, I just need to get a hold of him because he didn't want to know where they're at.
Well, I think definitely the best scene in that movie is when he's eating fried chicken. It's like,
oh yeah, oh my god.
Richard Driver's like, shut up.
The kid that has Tourette's, or doesn't, that acts like he has Tourette's. My number 9 is Wayne's World 2.
Why did you go with 2 and not 1? I'm curious, but
because it's number 9.
We should have established rules, like with some of that, because I looked at those two
as being one.
Yeah. Well, and I looked at it and I was like, man, which one do I want to pick, the first one or the second one? There's so many, because a lot of times, for example, like in Home Alone, you know, the original's better, but I think like Home Alone 2, like the scene where the dudes are getting messed up is actually better because
they're
creative with all the traps. So
well, and the part about Wayne's World 2 that I love is the guy that coordinates the stuff, and he's like the English guy that talks about the tiger. It's just that part is just.
We had a great big bloody Bengal tiger with a little switch shop at the edge of town.
Yeah, I love that one. All right, so you're number 8.
Hold on. Let's just acknowledge the scene where he's talking about the machine gun nests and Chris Farley's staring at him.
Yeah, put the cyanide pill in the tongue like this.
Cyanide caps, yeah, and Chris Farley's like.
Oh, thank God for Farley.
Yeah. All right, you want my number 8?
Yes.
So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Hard to beat. I'll ask for the large cup of cappuccino.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch these. One of the scenes that I do watch all the time that's so funny though, in So I Married an Axe Murderer is with he's at like a newspaper, I think, and that it's Kramer, and he's standing there talking to the other guy, and they're kind of joking about how this guy died, but
especially now. Yes, I'm the insensitive guy. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. He's smoking. He's like, look, man, I get it. I'm insensitive.
Well,
okay.
It's Phil Hartman.
Sorry.
Phil Hartman in that movie too. When they're doing the.
He's the guard at Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
My name's Bill, but everyone
made a shiv. Some of the parts you can't really say, but hey, yeah, I love that. I love that movie. My number 8 is Kingpin. I freaking love that movie. Bill Murray's just awesome in it.
Yeah, the part at the end where he's bowling and his hair he's got the that and it's going up.
I finally have so much money, no one can touch me. when he tells that waitress to go before you come back, go wipe off that perfume or something. I forget what he says.
Yeah. Some of these, honestly, I don't think I've seen since like we watched them, and
yeah, it's been a while.
It might be terrible now.
They might be.
Pretty sure one movie I know 100% is timeless forever is Top Gun. I've probably watched that movie quite a few times. I don't know, 5 times in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's still
my daughters, and it's still always good. The only thing is, the older I get, the more I feel like that definitely came from the era where the hero was like the whiny guy, you know, like the Luke Skywalker type. I can't do it. It's too hard. And then everyone has to boost him up. And now you have these movies with like The Rock, where he's just like the most ultimate badass, and he's just like doing everything, and everybody loves him. It's weird how it's viewed like that.
The middle is really slow in Top Gun, but otherwise it's pretty good. I love the way it starts.
Think about like Back to the Future too. Marty McFly, like he couldn't do anything. He was terrible. He messed everything up. He always was scared. He was freaking out the whole time. He was like the friend. If you go to do something, you're like, listen, please get out of the way and stop.
Yeah, just don't do anything, please.
Yeah, just don't touch any of the controls. Just sit back. Don't do anything.
Yeah, I agree. My nephews watched Back to the Future, and they love it.
Yeah.
My nephew, he's 13, and he decided he wanted a skateboard for his birthday. And he goes, man, they make Back to the Future makes it look easy to ride a skateboard. Then probably rips it off and grabs on the back of the police car.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd probably die if you did that, but Marty made it look good.
Yeah.
I watched Top Gun with the daughters, why I watched it so many times, and they're still kind of busted up about Goose not making it, but
someone has to die.
Someone's got to go to jail. When are they going to come out with the new Top Gun? What the heck?
I thought they were, but I think COVID screwed up all the Hollywood stuff.
I know. Let's get it going.
Yeah. I like movies.
I want something to do.
But that's what I do. I watch movies, dude.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Oh, yeah. Hey, I want to apologize if you guys haven't seen any of these movies. Maybe you should turn this off now.
Yeah, Goose dies. I'm sorry. You're
just want to watch really bad jokes and reenactments about what did happen. So what was your 8? It was Kingpin?
Yep.
All right. So my 7 is Wayne's World. And I do kind of feel like as I'm looking at this and I get in the middle here, I'm like, I probably could have reordered this like 10 times and never been happy. So
I know what you mean.
Let's not Wayne's World solid ordering. Let's just say I put them in 10, and I could go with any of them.
I understand. Me and Harry do the same thing. It's kind of hard. You get it on there, and you're like, you think you have it that way, and you keep maneuvering it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Do you ever get a funny feeling when you see Bugs Bunny dressed up like a girl?
No.
Me neither. Swing, 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 swing.
Later.
If you're gonna spew in this. Kind of little Dixie cup or whatever it was.
Yeah. I do think the guy that was the roadie guy that was in the second one was really made it awesome.
Yeah.
And remember they had like Aerosmith, right? That came. Was it
Alice Cooper?
No, it was Aerosmith in the second one because they put on the festival, right?
Oh, was it Aerosmith?
Because it was Steven Tyler pulled up in that big stretch limo at the last minute.
Oh yeah.
They had to go see the guy with the albino eye to set up their permits and stuff to do the festival.
Cross the T's and dot the lowercase J's.
Yeah. I'm a partial ocular albino. It's fine.
Little, yellow, different.
You guys should have definitely recorded this I'm going to say that's Camaro with T-tops and a mullet.
How'd you know I had a mullet?
Funny you should say that. Back in high school, I had a Camaro with T-tops, and used to rock some hair flows back then.
I had a curly mullet, so
I had
We called it Camaro hair actually, and hockey hair. But
hockey hair.
I remember my friend when I moved down here, he kept calling it mullet. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, mullet. And then I saw him like, oh, Camaro hair? Yeah, I had Camaro hair.
You should have made the I'm at a loss. The tile for the video? What do you call it? The thumbnail. You should have made it the blue Camaro.
Oh man, that'd have been awesome. You have pictures of it?
Yeah, somewhere. I'd have to.
Yeah, bring those up.
My mom would probably have it. Long live the mullet.
I had a spiked
You'll see
curly mullet.
Really bad mullets now and things like that are so heavily beat up in pop culture and in memes and everywhere. And I just think, don't you guys look at anything ever? I mean, everybody makes fun of stuff like that all the time. And
well, it's like we intuitively knew we weren't going to have hair, so we had to throw it out there. Yeah, Harry said they call it Kentucky Waterfall now.
Oh, there's like 1,000 names for that. Or for the.
I see kids with the mullet going now, like the shaved sides too. You know, remember we put the football number in the side.
Well, like my brother says, everything just keeps coming back around. He says you don't feel really old until it's the third time when the young kids are telling you how cool something is, and you're like, "Yeah, like we did
I've
that.
done it twice,
40 years ago," and they're like, "No, not like this." Like you pinch roll down by your shoes, and then you're like, "Yeah, like we did that."
You put holes in your jeans, you know. Yeah.
It's not what you guys did. No, we did that exactly. Whatever, Dad. You know what you're talking about. Your mom jeans are stonewashed. It's a thing now. Yeah, they had those when I was a kid.
No pockets in the back, you know.
It's a flannel shirt. It's like a lumberjack type thing. It's popular
with
now.
Big boots. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done it.
Yeah. Have you heard of Pearl Jam? They kind of started that. We know. We were there. We invented it. No, you didn't.
God, we had like 7 different flannels back, like all just different colors of the same plaid.
What's wrong with that?
I know you still have them in your closet.
Made
if it was winter, you might be wearing one.
Made mine into a quilt.
I still got my Carhartt jacket from 1999, I think, and it's still freaking awesome. It just has a little bit of wear right here, like from sliding. But man, those Carhartt jackets are badass.
Kent, you're making me want to break out into song right now. Better put that one up there, Anthony. It's worth it.
I'm glad Kent's lurking. Gonna make you jump. Where are we at? 7? You did your 7, right?
Yeah, it was Wayne's World.
Okay. My number 7 is Dumb and Dumber. I spent a little bit of that money, but we're good for it.
These are IOUs, so
these are IOUs. They're good. Yeah. They're as good as money. So,
I think the last 5 here are all going to be complete repeats. So.
Yeah. The part where he does dry heaving when he sees his buddy going with his girl, the girl that he likes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And the diarrhea scene in that's pretty epic.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Hope you're not using the bathroom in there. The toilet's broken. No, it's yeah.
Jen's Closet says the Dumb and Dumber is definitely higher on my list.
I'm glad you have a list there.
It's higher on my list too. Anthony's weird.
I'm terrible at this, honestly.
Did you even try?
Thanks everybody for jumping in. I appreciate it.
All right.
This is kind of what we do all the time anyway, so we figure we might as well put it live.
Yeah, we do this literally every day, so we just decided to do it today on here.
Our pets are literally falling off. Oh, that's good.
Hey, I forgot. One of the funniest things ever about Dumb and Dumber is this scene where they give the guy the how do they know I got gas? The guy that's like the
These guys are really inside.
Sorry, we're late. How do they know I got gas? He's like choking on that. Like they put all those like peppers on his sandwich and he starts choking.
Yeah.
These guys are good. They know what's
if they
up.
just would have left that one chick out that was come on, we'll pop. She was terrible.
Yeah.
I think she was on MTV or something, so she got the role. I don't remember. Something.
A lot of movies where they try to bring in this really tough like chick to do that part, and there's only one chick. Okay, me rephrase that. There's one chick that's really good at that part, and she's the helicopter pilot from Avatar. Remember that chick? She's that chick. They need her for every one of those movies. Like,
I was thinking of the girl from Terminator.
which no, I don't mean just like tough muscles. I mean the chick that like, I mean the chick that just like acts super tough, like a, you know. She's the girlfriend in Fast and Furious.
She's yeah. Michelle Lope.
Maybe she's
she's
Hispanic. She always plays like a super tough chick, super badass. Yeah, she could use her for that.
Yeah,
Jones, Michelle Rodriguez. I don't even know her name. I just know who I'm thinking of. I guess my whole point is they always try to have someone do that part, and it's just horrific acting. Like just
Michelle Rodriguez. That's right.
Just don't talk, please.
Grace Jones. Maybe that was it. I think it's Michelle Rodriguez. I don't know. All right. What's your number 6?
Austin Powers. 1997.
Get in my belly. Yeah, I think we both like Mike Myers and Bill Murray a lot.
yeah. Mike Myers and Bill Murray could literally do anything, and I would have watched them back then.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, it's a good one. Especially because I love my dad. My dad being a preacher, we didn't really have a lot of risque movies when I was a kid, but he had all the James Bond stuff, which I was like, that's kind of weird because it's anyway. And so,
you know what, Anthony? It's kind of inappropriate.
Yeah, exactly. And so whenever we got Austin Powers, I'm like, this is so awesome, you know?
Yeah.
Especially, you know, the Dr. Evil. God, I mean.
Yeah. The whole sharks with lasers and all that.
Yeah. $1 million.
It's funny, too, because he literally played like every part.
Yeah.
I eat because I'm fat. I'm fat because I eat. It's a vicious cycle. Yeah, I guess it was kind of risque back in the day. Because do you remember the end part too? And every scene had like a phallic thing, and they were all like looking up, saying,
"Yeah."
Everything is inappropriate until it's not.
That's true, Kent. It's like everything has to be. Yeah. All right, my number 6 is Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. I didn't really like the first one as much as the second one. That movie is just awesome because I love him because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
The part where he's like making fun of the guy and, oh, you're the guy from Monopoly. Don't pass go.
Yeah. Wasn't that the scene where he crawls out of the rhino's butthole?
That's this movie, yes. Mommy! At first, they actually think he's having a kid, baby.
Yeah, that may be one of the funniest scenes ever. Yeah.
Who came up with that one? You know, like
why are you in an animatronic rhino for crying? It's just the whole thing.
So hot.
Well, yeah. Rubber. Using there.
That part where he goes, Bumblebee tuna, your balls are showing. That's good. Those two parts are just, they slay me every time.
What's up, Little Debbie? I like that name.
You watched that this morning. That's funny.
Ace Ventura stuff was awesome, but one thing I didn't like is he really carried over a lot of the character from that into everything, and that was kind of like his main thing. But how could you not? I mean, it was so big in the space of what he did.
I'm offended. You're offended.
I doubt that.
Yeah, Tommy's offended.
He's not, guys. He's not.
All right. Number 5 for Jason.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt so much here or here.
Speaking of rhino, one getting way too close to the car.
Nope, nothing there. What happened to your face? Told you, Richard. Yeah, first time we saw that show, we watched it like 3 more times in a row.
Yeah. The funniest, or one of the parts that always stand out to me is at the end when he's giving the speech and he's like, talking about that one guy's daughter. Ed,
Yeah, you were there.
oh,
That's good stuff.
yeah.
In the part where they're singing that love song, and all of a sudden the freaking hood flies up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god!
Talk about lame. I'm okay with it if you are.
Where's the weight room? Don't do the weight room thing, Tommy. Well, your laptop's all the way over here, Richard.
Were you watching The Little Rascals?
Who's your favorite little rascal? Is it Alfalfa or Yankee? Or
See, you just took it too far. I'm offended.
you should be.
Yeah.
Everybody's sniffing butts. Harry's a freaking star. Everybody's got to say hi to him. Him and Tommy. Fat guy in a little coat.
Tommy says, wasn't Tommy Boy sort of a Billy Madison knockoff?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Billy Madison doesn't get as much credit as it should because it was like groundbreaking and it, just unlike most things. That's for sure. Hey, Misha, what's up? The Right's Trapping. I don't think I've seen you in the lives. Appreciate you for joining. If you want to put your link up, anybody that's in here does lives, Tommy, and I know Tommy doesn't really throw his link up, but Harry, put up your links so people can join us live over there too. I used to be a little big. I weighed 205 3 times in my life. Being 5'8", that's doesn't look very good. Sorry, I catch up the chat here. Hey, what's up, Gina? Appreciate you for joining.
I had to go through my next 2 pretty quick because my 4 is Dumb and Dumber, and I'll just say my 3 now because it's Kingpin. We've already talked about those 2. So
let's see. Tommy Boy is your number 1. My kind of crowd.
We're up to 12 people now.
Guarantee I got his spirits. Catching up. Yeah, that's a good point. Billy Madison, that's so funny. He had to go through grade school again to get to that job. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And the girl in there was so hot. Veronica Vaughn. One time we got it on.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Well, I knew a guy.
that.
No, you didn't. Well, I mean, you can imagine.
My number 5 is What About Bob? Love that movie. There's
on 5.
Huh?
How are you still on 5? Didn't we already pass that?
You went forward. That's not me.
Yeah.
But number 5, What About Bob? There was this one time I was dating a girl. She was 25 and I was like 32 or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'll come over and I'll bring a movie. I brought What About Bob over. I don't think she laughed once. I'm like, I don't think this is going to work. Not once. Yeah.
Is it because I'm not good enough looking? Do you even know who Bill Murray is?
I kind of worship him. I have an altar in my closet for him. So, and so you gave your number 4 too?
Yeah, I gave you my number 3 because it was Kingpin. 3 and 4 was Kingpin and Dumb and Dumber for me.
Okay.
Which you already said, so because you kind of had them out of order from what I thought. So
Well, my number 4 is Tommy Boy. And since you said three is So I Married an Axe Murderer for me. I freaking love that movie. I mean, there's the dad in it is just the best. I mean,
yeah,
he Pence now go cry himself to sleep on his huge pillow. The part where they start singing SATURDAY.
do you? I was trying to watch this.
Pineapple Express, I think, was in the 2000s. Yeah, someone I was dating, so I that was the last time we hung out, actually.
There were so many little stories inside of So I Married an Axe Murderer. There was like the guy. Remember the guy that was at work? He's like the cop, and he was like the cop. And he's like, I've always wanted to like hang off those hanging down things on a helicopter. And the boss always just look at him like, "We're not doing that." And he's like, "Can you just like yell at me a little bit and act like a tough captain?" The boss was like too nice. And you remember he walks into that room and his captain just like rips him a new one, and he's like, "Is that better?" And he's like, "Yes, thank you."
Yeah. The part where the girlfriend's like, what, yeah. How does Texas
pancakes and fresh squeezed orange juice and coffee, sausage? And he's eating cereal. Sorry, I didn't have any of that.
I didn't have any of that stuff.
She's like, we'll just tell her nothing happened. It's like, nothing did happen. Okay. So
Half Baked. Is that in the 90s? Half Baked?
Yeah,
it was.
I only have 2 left on my list, and you haven't said either one of them.
Ooh.
And I know one of ours is going to be the same.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Has to be.
Just let me catch up here real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, 1990s. Sorry. We'll probably do a 2000 sometime.
You just joined.
Number 2, then, Jason.
90s. Number 2, Something About Mary.
Yeah. It's a good one.
I actually just watched it recently with the daughter, and the whole scene where they're getting ready for prom, where he goes to pick her up, and her stepdad comes.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I think I'm at the wrong house, and he's like constantly messing with him, and then the whole zipper thing.
Yeah. I forgot about that scene. Let's see.
Hot Tub Time Machine was not in the 80s.
It was based on the 80s, but I think it was in 2000s.
The funniest thing about Hot Tub Time Machine was the guy that constantly was trying to figure out when the bellhop guy was going to lose his arm.
Yes,
because he was cutting with that. He was like cutting that ice sculpture with a chainsaw.
Yeah, and he's flipping
it there. He's like, yes.
Dang it. Oh, yeah, that's so weird. That movie is weird.
I'll myself in a minute if it doesn't happen. You can look up actually the montage for that guy's that part in that movie if you want to.
That's good. All right, my number. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Wait, you're still number 2, right?
Yep.
So I just did 2, so you're doing 2.
Yep. Number 2 is Wayne's World 1. Kind of talked about it already, but hey, I just freaking love that. Everything about that movie, it just never stops. It's just funny through the whole thing. Like, Ask Victor says what?
What?
Ask Victor says what? The part where he has the stuff written on the other side, and the guy doesn't know about it, and the whole crew in the back is laughing. He's like, I think this is really going well.
I can remember when Wayne's World came out on Saturday Night Live, and we were in 6th grade, and we were all, me, you, Trey, and some other guys, we were constantly impersonating it, like in class, and doing the whole Wayne and Garth thing. Yeah.
Shrink, shrink, shrink. It just never stops. It's so good. And then, why would I need a gun? I don't even own a gun rack.
You gotta be careful, Wayne. You're gonna lose me. I already did. All right, you ready for number one?
Absolutely.
Can you guess it?
It's probably my number one. I'm guessing now since I haven't heard you say it, so I'm guessing.
Same.
Yeah, it must.
But I'm also assuming you're thinking right now, if it's not what yours is, then there's probably something wrong with me.
I think we're not best friends if it is.
Yeah, do I? I don't even know you.
Yeah.
For the record, we haven't actually talked about this before.
No.
Besides the fact that we were going to do this list, and it's Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. Groundhog's Day.
Yeah. I think it's a classic because it has so much it has such an incredible story behind all the comedy that is Bill Murray. It's just,
but it's not like serious sad.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Grumpy Old Man. It's actually like funny through the whole thing. And like when he's like, wait a minute, I can do anything I want and nothing ever changes. Yeah. And he like,
Tommy Bernard's number one is Brokeback Mountain. Come on.
Is that a comedy?
Yeah. You guys should look it up.
The Pacer, yeah. What's everybody else's number one?
Throw it up.
Kingpin for Harry. Yeah, we're just big Bill Murray freaks, I guess, too.
My favorite scene, I think, was when they're having the snowball fight, and he's like, "Are you guys up for adoption? I just want kids. Can I have more kids? Can I take you home?"
Yeah. The part when he's telling the groundhog not to drive angry. Check your mirrors, side of the eye, side of the eye.
You know, I just realized, I just thought of this. I thought of Scrooge, but I think that came out in '89, didn't it?
Yeah. Because that's definitely one of my top 5 funniest movies to me.
I watch that every year for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. It's like the best Christmas movie that no one ever talks about.
Yeah.
They always talk about Die Hard and shit.
All right, so
excellent movie. 76 Pacer.
It's funny, I have 5 honorable mentions, and you didn't put any of them in your top 10, or they haven't even came up yet.
Interesting, because I have some honorable mentions too, but you said most of them. So
do you want me to go through them one at a time, or just read them off?
Yeah, just read them off.
Friday, Waterboy, Wedding Singer, American Pie, and Office Space.
All good ones. Yeah. I left American Pie off, but it is funny. I mean,
it was almost 2000. It's 99.
Yeah. I had Office Space, Billy Madison, Austin Powers, Waterboy, Happy Gilmore.
And I couldn't sleep tonight if I didn't just bring up Seinfeld, because even though it's not a movie, it's like the best thing ever.
It's still funny.
I mean, when they wrote that, they basically wrote the entire pop culture that is the background of anybody who's like over 30 today, double dip in the chip. And I mean, just everything that, because when I watch it with my daughter, she'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I've heard people say that so many times," and they're coming up, and I'm like, "Yeah, it was basically invented this episode, that saying."
Well, it's like, well, you made the best point ever one day when I was like, God, I never thought about that. But Jerry never dates anybody serious. And so he's always got a different girl. So that makes the show go on forever because there's no like love story in it.
Because
it's always like it jumps into like the end of the relationship. So it's like it's on the outs already. And so it's never like friends and all those other things because it was like you were riding the relationships. And this was all about how it's just ridiculously funny stuff. I mean, it was all about the funny and how stupidly, like, you just things you didn't think about the small little things that, like the soup Nazi. I mean, all these different things. Well, you can't even say soup Nazi anymore, probably.
Yeah, you're off. It's over.
We're gonna cancel you.
Yeah, you cancel.
Because that's too funny. We don't like funny.
Yeah, because think about Friends. Once Chandler started dating Monica and they got serious, the show was just like
boring.
Yeah, like.
Then he was like serious guy. Yeah.
He's always mad at her, and she was always trying to crazy, and every episode was about them fighting about something. It's like, yeah, I don't really need this.
And that's one of those shows that like I liked it when I'm in my 20s because I was kind of like, you know, in my 20s I was kind of like that. But now you get older, you're like, that's so stupid. I can't even stand watching Friends now. But Seinfeld, I can still watch.
Yeah, I started watching it with the daughter, and we're almost. I think we have one season left.
Yeah, because there's so many good characters: George, Newman, Kramer. Like the part where Kramer and him switch rooms, and he's got that fried chicken, and he comes in, he's like, "Oh, I'm stressed." Yeah. They do so good at acting like the other persons too. And George is just that pathetic, whiny guy that's always funny. It's just funny.
The writing is it's so on point. It's crazy. It's so funny. It's like I found a bunch of bloopers. I think I sent them to you. For the what do you call them? Outtakes from Seinfeld, and Kramer gets mad. Because he's kind of like Will Ferrell. He's just always on, never off. He's not acting. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And so he would be just sitting there doing over and over again doing lines, and he would just get mad when they would, because Elaine would laugh all the time.
Right. Even Jerry would laugh, trying not to laugh, but they probably had to do a lot of takes because of him.
Yeah.
That was funny too. Biodome, Night at the Roxbury, right there for me. Yeah. They were both pretty funny.
Shore? Am I thinking wrong?
Huh?
Was Biodome Pauly Shore?
Yeah. Three's Company. Yeah. Three's Company was the same. It was like the same episode every time. Like Jack was trying not to get fired, and he was trying to get rent.
He was making
trying to keep it from Furley that he was not that he wasn't gay.
Yeah, and he made a cake, and then somebody ate it, and they were mad.
And then he had to come up with something really fast because he had a competition to go to or something.
Yeah. So I feel like now would be a great time to give out our dog idea that we had.
I don't know what it is.
Can't believe you don't remember this. When we were in college, we always thought Three's Company was so funny. We wanted to get a dog that was a beagle and name it Regal.
Regal Beagle.
We could call it the Regal Beagle.
Yep.
Because that was the bar they went to, and
right
down the street.
The freaking Larry.
Yeah.
Three's Company.
Kent just brought up the Regal Beagle days.
Yeah. I always liked that, you know. That's about the one reason I wanted to live in California was Three's Company. I was like, man, anyways, make it look so cool.
Yeah.
Now it's like, no, I don't ever want to go. Thanks. I've been to Northern California, and that was enough. Son-in-law, that was pretty funny. Full Monty, it was okay. Yes. Harry likes the grumpy old man. Yeah. That part or two where the old man is like, Dad, you need to start smoking filters. He's like, I'm 85. Why the hell do I care?
Yeah. Eat a big damn plate of bacon for breakfast and a bacon sandwich for lunch, and I usually drink my dinner.
Tuna town. Thanks everybody for joining. We're going to be starting doing some lives more and more. Just who knows, just random crap. We stole a good idea from Harry about top 10s. And we'd love to have him on sometime too.
You remember Larry's outfits that he wore in that? They were like those bright blue jumpsuits with big white buttons.
Big collars too, yeah.
Buckle shoes on.
Remember they did like the Ropers? They thought it was going to be it was terrible. It's like, dude,
I used to watch that. It wasn't called the Ropers, was it?
I don't know.
Because it was on when they replaced Three's Company, and that was all I had all I had to watch after school because I didn't have cable, so I could watch like that and one other channel.
Same with me. I'd watch it. I'm like, this just isn't like Three's Company, because it was like Furley was off of it, and they had a new manager or whatever, and it was the Ropers, and then the Ropers went on, and there's that old dude that was just terrible. Like, he was always mad and rolling his eyes at the camera. It was like,
yeah.
I remember being a kid like, this isn't funny. Maybe it's funny now. I don't know.
Larry was slaying the women. It's all about that confidence.
True.
Larry was down for whatever. He had the confidence. Chicks liked him. Unlike everybody else in that show, it was freaking out about everything all the time.
He was a car salesman or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he should have been if he wasn't. But
he always tried to get those girls, and they never liked him. He always kicked him out.
Yeah, but he would always walk out with like his arms around like two chicks, right? Wouldn't he like so much? I feel like that.
And he's always hitting on like Susan, what's her face, and the dark haired chick, and they were always pushing him out the door. Like,
didn't they replace her with like a stand-in through like because it was Suzanne Summers, right? That was
and she was hot, but it wasn't the same because she's just, like, personality wasn't very good or something. She looked like she was trying to take the role serious or something. Like, you need to be ditzy blonde, you know.
Yeah, this is Three's Company. And you're the dumb one. That way.
Oh shoot! So how much rain did you get up in freaking St. Joe? It was like 8 inches. My sister said.
Yeah, we got 8 inches one night.
Good God! Killing garage. Did you go to garage sales at all?
No, I went to a couple of state sales yesterday, and I found a new antique place that's freaking insane that I want to take you to next time you're up. It's
freaking video it so I can see it.
Yeah, I guess they're only open whenever they feel like it, and because it's no like HVAC system in this old warehouse, and the stuff in there is insane. There's a whole section that was just like these horse troughs full of records, and there's these big areas where there was like just layers of shelves with, historic doorknobs and signs, and
Harry would be in heaven.
And I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, I actually was thinking while I was there, I actually realized that I probably have enough stuff to do in this town that I could probably do quite a few videos on my channel just of going in and walking around, because we got a couple different of the palette places, and we have quite a few like antique, historic, just places I could go in. This one, it looked like a museum. There was multiple places. There was shelves of old cameras and these old lights that they weren't even for sale. I asked about them, and they were like, "Yeah, no, that's not for sale." And it was just, I think
decoration.
Yeah, I think they had the old fuel pump signs and.
Well, I do that in my antique booth. I have some stuff I don't really want to sell because I want it to stay there because it's just cool antique stuff. But it ends up selling anyway.
Mm-hmm. They had a desk that looked like something. I don't even know if it was that old, but it looked like something from like the 1700s, and it was like black.
St. Joe's awesome with estate sales. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's nuts. I had four records sell yesterday for $14 to $18 in my booth. It was John Denver, Kenny Rogers, a Bluegrass one, and another country. So even country sells pretty well. Mm-hmm. If you get chances to get records, just pull them out, see if it has any deep scratches. But if they don't have deep scratches, God, they go for $10 at least on eBay too. And you can order the cardboard really cheap on eBay. And I think Amazon's where I got mine, and it's like 50 cents a box.
Okay, I do have to ask this. I know I texted you yesterday, and I forgot to follow up with you, but I asked you about a VHS to VHS recorder. It wasn't VHS to DVD.
Oh, it was double VHS?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if those.
And I looked at it and I was like, man, I haven't seen one. I haven't seen one of those for like since I was a kid. And I reached over and I kind of started to pick it up, and it was so heavy and it was huge.
Yeah, I would mess with it.
Probably could have sold it, but I don't know about the shipping. But it would have been.
I think everybody hacked that because we would just have two VCRs and just
run them together.
You know,
so big too. It was like 3 feet wide. Like they put them like for some reason the technology, the tapes had to be like side by side. I guess it was almost like 2 VCRs together, and it was massive.
I remember my dad when I was a kid being a preacher. You know, he's a preacher, but we would rent movies. We had a VCR. We rent a VCR. He'd bring it home and record all the movies that we rented. And I'm like, isn't this illegal? Like, well, it's frowned upon.
You ever think about the fact that we spent our entire childhood like renting movies and
renting video games too?
Well, renting movies, making copies of them, and making some massive, ridiculous, low-quality catalog that stayed in like a VHS tower in the corner.
Yep.
And you're like, now you can go back and watch, you know, What About Bob and Top Gun whenever you want, which you really never did. And then now everything's pretty much free, or you could just go watch it on Netflix, Prime, Hulu, or whatever you have, and you still don't watch it, but it's just on the TV now, or your phone, or whatever.
You know, too, if you think about it, like video games were so expensive back then that we just rented them because, I mean, even back then they were like $25 to $40 all the time. That's about what they are now, you know? And so we just rented that for the whole weekend. I remember they're like, we have it for the whole weekend. Yeah. And then you wouldn't get away from, you just would play constantly because you felt like you had to get your worth out of it.
You're like, Mom, I need some Mountain Dew. I'm not going to sleep this weekend. I got to clear this game before we have to take this back.
Oh yeah. Thigh Master. She did the Thigh Master. No wonder why the Thigh Master did so good. Suzanne Summers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Janet. Was this Chrissy? Or I thought it was Janet Chrissy. I thought it was Chrissy. Maybe it's Cindy. It's a Go Video. Kent knows the VHS.
Oh yeah.
It's called a Go Video. He knows his shit. It's a porn copier machine. We had the old Super 8mm. No. Oh yeah. Man, those do good too. As projectors and what do you call it? The 8mm and this reel to reel. They sell my booths pretty good. It takes a little time, but I always price them kind of high because, like I said, I price them high because I kind of want them to stay there, just to draw people in, just so they'll come in and look at the price, go but then they see other things, you know.
Cindy was the replacement, she said.
Oh, okay.
So I thought they actually used the same character and just tried to be like, yeah, this is her, like they did with.
I did too.
And the new daughter came in and they were like, yeah, that's her.
So they probably just made her. They probably killed her off somehow.
Yeah, she like probably moved away to do acting or something. They brought some new blonde dumb chick in.
Did you think we'd be talking about Three's Company tonight?
No. I didn't think we'd get to that. There's so many. You know what would be fun though? Would be because there's so much good content. Would be 80s sitcoms.
Yeah.
You got Night Court, Cheers.
Night Court was underrated.
Oh, that what was Taxi 80s?
Yeah.
I mean, think of the people that are in that.
Yeah.
It's like Danny DeVito and the guy from the guy from Back to the Future, right? Wasn't he one of the crazy drivers?
Yeah. What's his name? Gosh,
I cannot think of it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many options for 80s stuff too. For like an 80s.
We'll have to bring Harry on for one of our next ones. It goes fast anyway.
Yeah.
Especially when we did that one, we had almost the exact same thing, just in different order.
Yeah.
I kind of knew that was going to happen.
I knew that was going to. I knew that's why I said in the beginning of the video, I said, yeah, our number one's probably going to be the same.
I didn't have Billy Madison and Austin Powers on it, but I had them on my, just outside of my top 10.
Yeah.
But I also did Wayne's World 1 and 2. So, yeah.
All right. Are you ready to wrap up? I got to get going.
Yeah. What do you got to do?
Stuff around the house.
Sure.
After work in the morning, like some people. I have a real job.
What's work?
I actually have to go to where other people make my schedule, unlike you.
I remember that. That was fun.
Remember a job? Why did you do that to yourself?
It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I doubt I have to work.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Right on. Well,
Just be sitting around counting your CDs and records and sorting them, listening to your dogs bark.
I'm surprised none of them barked. They're sitting right here.
I can't believe it because they didn't hear my voice and start barking like a bunch of maniacs.
That's true. They just know it'll make you mad as
Yeah.
Tony Danza, Christopher Lloyd. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tony Danza. Was Tony Danza in Taxi?
Yeah, he's a driver.
Forgot about that.
He was like a boxer or something.
What was the show where he was the house cleaning guy? Had Alyssa Milano as a kid, and that blonde chick, she was like an attorney or something. He was like the house cleaner. I remember the intro. He was like running the sweeper on the blinds, and
yep. Gosh, who's the boss?
Who's the boss?
Yeah, because it was like one of those first ones where the woman was the bread maker, and
there's probably a lot of scenes where it did some scenario where somebody was so shocked, like, "What? Your housekeeper's a man?"
Yeah, it was right after Mr. Mom came out. Yeah. That's probably why he stole the idea, really.
Yeah, but was that before or after? Wasn't Mr. Belvedere? Of course, I guess he was more like a.
He was a butler.
Butler. It's different.
Yeah, I guess it's not really different, but they just made it sound different, I guess.
Yeah. Sure. It's like the difference between a secretary and an administrative assistant. It sounds fancier.
Sounds fancier, yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. All right, you gotta go and do your real job stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta watch YouTube and play on eBay.
I don't know, how do you do it?
It's really tough.
Does that have anything to do with your morning routine?
It's because I wear blue blockers at night and I don't touch my phone for the last 30 seconds before I go to bed. I drink lots of water in the morning.
Yeah. How many ounces are you looking at? What do you weigh?
Take supplements, like 70.
Fantasy Island.
Oh, the plane, boss, the plane.
I watched that constant with that and like, what was it? Gilligan's Island? Was it?
Yeah.
Gilligan's
I love the Jeffersons, man. That's funny.
Dallas.
Not
that was a comedy, but I remember my parents watching it.
My parents never watched that. We didn't get CBS. We lived out in the country. I was more the A-Team kind of guy.
Yes, A-Team.
I love the end. They just destroy everything. What was that one show? I'm going to forget it.
We don't stop. We're just going to just go right to the whole 80s.
True. We got to hold on.
Next time.
All right.
Later.
Thanks for joining me, Jason. Appreciate you all.
Later. See you guys. Have a good night.
See ya. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Appreciate it. We're just doing a quick live and bored on a Sunday afternoon. And we'll probably do a few more. Who knows when, though? I can't say. I'll try to do a thumbnail a little bit earlier to schedule it so everybody can see it. But appreciate all the people for jumping in and saying something in the comments and have fun with us. But later, y'all.